Okay, a very good morning everyone. This is Akila, Assistant Professor in the AE Department from Vignan Institute of Technology and Science. Okay, in previous class we discussed about half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. Okay, now we will discuss about the bridge rectifier type. So it is also one of the type of full wave rectifier type. So first of all, what is mean by rectifier? Okay, so rectifier is nothing but it converts AC voltage to pulsating DC voltage. So pulsating is nothing but what? So it is not a pure DC. Okay. So next this is the classification of rectifier. So rectifier already you know. So rectifier classified into two types, half wave and full wave. So full wave is also two type with the center tap transformer and with using bridge rectifier type. So in previous class already we discussed about in half wave rectifier type and full wave rectifier with center tap transformer. Okay, now we discuss about the full wave rectifier with bridge rectifier circuit. Okay, this shows the bridge rectifier circuit. Okay, so here the main components of the bridge rectifier is transformer and the four diodes are connected as like a bridge. See here, these four diodes are connected like a bridge form. That's why it's called as a bridge rectifier. Okay, so this is the bridge rectifier. And one more component is load resistor. Okay, and this shows the bridge rectifier circuit here. So here the four diodes are connected like a bridge. Okay, so next the operation of the bridge rectifier. See here, when we are applying the positive cycle to the bridge cycle, then what happens? See here, this transformer is a step down transformer. In half wave rectifier also we are using step down. In full wave with center tap transformer we are using center tap transformer. So in bridge rectifier also we are using step down transformer. So what is the input of the AC supply? That is 230 volts input. Okay, that 230 volts is stepped down to 9 volts or 12 volts, depends on the transformer windings. Okay, so here step down transformer we are using. Okay, this step down transformer output, that is the secondary winding is output, is also sinusoidal signal, that is AC signal only. Okay, that signal is applied to the bridge circuit. Okay, then what happened? So in the bridge circuit, diode D1 is a, so here positive half cycle now. So here we are applying the positive half cycle here. Then what happened here? The diode D1 of anode, okay, is connected to positive. So then what happened? It's like a forward biasing. See here in the diode D4 here, see here the negative terminal here, no, cathode terminal. So when we are applying the positive half cycle, this cathode becomes positive with respect to anode. So then what happened here? So it is like a reverse biasing. So diode D4 and D3 does not conduct here. Diode D1 and D2 conducts here. Okay, so see here. So when we are applying the positive half cycle, then the diode D1 and D2 are conducting. Diode D3 and D4 does not conduct here. It is acts as a reverse biasing. So it acts as a short circuit here. So it is acts as both are conducting. D1 and D2 are conducting. So it acts as a short circuit here. These two are acts as a open circuit. Okay, then what happens when the applying the positive half cycle? The current flow direction is like this. Okay, so D1 to load resistor RL to diode D2 to transformer secondary winding. So then we can get the output at the across the load resistor RL. That is the full. When we are applying positive half cycle, then we can get the positive half cycle. Okay. So next, when we are applying the negative half cycle, then what happened? Negative half cycle. So here we are applying the negative. So when we are applying the negative, diode D1 is connected to, so this negative is applied to anode of the diode D1. So then what happened? So when we are applying the negative, means negative voltage means it acts as a reverse biasing. So it acts as an open circuit. So this is the when we are applying negative terminal to the negative voltage to the cathode terminal, that is the negative terminal. So it is a it is conducts here, so it acts as a short circuit. It's open circuit, it's short circuit. Then the same here, this positive voltage is applied to, so it becomes negative. This point becomes positive here, A and B now, so A becomes negative, B become positive here when we are applying the negative half cycle. Then what happened, positive voltage is applied to diode D2 here, then it is a forward biasing, so again it's conducting. So here diode D2, so here it is a cathode terminal. So positive is connected to negative terminal, then it is a reverse biasing here. So it is a open circuit. So when we are applying the negative half cycle, then diode D3 and D4 conducts here. Diode D1 and D2 that does not conduct here. Then this shows the current flow direction here. See here, what is the current flow direction here? Current flow direction from D4 to secondary winding, D3 to across the load resistor, we can get another half cycle. When we are applying the negative half cycle, we can get the positive voltage only, positive current or positive voltage only. Okay, this is the working of bridge rectifier cycle. When for the both half cycles, when we are applying the positive half cycle, we can get the positive half cycle. Then we are applying the negative half cycle, again we can get the positive signal only. Okay, this is the working of the bridge rectifier. Okay, this diagram, these waveforms are shown the bridge rectifier waveforms. The first waveform is the applied signal. Okay, this is the input from the transformer. Okay, this is the AC signal. Okay, when we are applying the positive half cycle, then what happened here? Diode D1 and D2 are conducts here. That is nothing but on, D3, D4 off here. So it does not conduct here. There is no current flow through this the negative half cycle. When we are applying the positive half cycle, we can get the current. We can get the current here. This is the current waveform. Next, when we are applying the negative half cycle, diode D1 and D2 does not conduct here, off here. D3 and D4 on here. So when we are applying the negative half cycle, we can get this current here, positive current. That is the peak of this current is this waveform is IM here. When we are adding these two both, then we can get this type of signal here. Okay. So what is the peak voltage of peak current here? That is IM. This is the current waveform. Okay. So this is the load voltage waveform. Okay, these are the bridge rectifier waveforms. Next, what are the advantages? Okay, so already you know the disadvantage of center tapped transformer. The center tapped transformer used in full wave rectifier type. So center tapped transformer disadvantage is the cost is high here. So to eliminate this center tapped transformer here, that is the advantage. And the transformer utilization factor is also decreased here. So in the center tapped transformer type of full wave rectifier, the utilization of transformer is very increased. TUF is like 0.587. So here the transformer utilization factor is increased compared to full wave rectifier type. Okay, so next, transformer is less costly compared to center tapped transformer. Here we are using step down transformer. So if the stepping up or stepping down of AC voltage is not needed here, and then it does not even require any transformer. Without transformer is also we can get the full wave signal. So how it is in the practical applications, just we have applied the input signal that is from signal generator. Okay, from the signal generator also we can give the input signal, then we can get the when we are applying the input signal, that is the AC input signal is given to the bridge rectifier, bridge circuit, then we can get the output waveform of the bridge circuit. That is also one type. So here there is no need of transformer also, then we can get the signal. So this is the advantages of bridge rectifier type. Disadvantages. So two diodes are in series, conducts at a time. So on the alternating half cycle, so this creates a problem when low DC voltages are applied. So when we want the low DC voltages, so it leads poor voltage regulation. Next, and one more disadvantage is it requires 4 semiconductor diodes. It is not a disadvantage. but it requires more diodes here. That is the drawback. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of bridge rectifier. Next, this is the comparison of rectifier. Already you know this half wave rectifier type. So in the half wave rectifier type, we are using only one diode and we can get the output for only one half cycle. Next, so this is the typical output waveform. So for the positive half cycle only we can get the output. For the negative half cycle we can get the zero output. Next, the full wave rectifier center tapped transformer type. So here we are using center tapped transformer and we are using diode D1 and D2 here. When we are applying the positive half cycle, only diode D1 conducts, diode D2 does not conduct. So total current flow through the diode D1 only. So we can get the first half cycle. Next, when we are applying the negative half cycle, then the diode D1 does not conduct here. Only diode D2 conducts here. So total current through the diode D2 only. So when we are applying the negative half cycle also, we can get the output voltage or output current. So this is the this output is for the negative half cycle. Next here this is type here. This is a bridge rectifier circuit. So here the four diodes are connected in a bridge here. So when we are applying the positive half cycle, these two opposite bridges are connected here. So why? Because this point is a positive, this point is a negative. So I know D1 and D2 is these two are conduct here. Next, the opposite these two diodes does not conduct here. So total current flows through these two diodes. Then we can get the full cycle, full signal. This is the positive signal. Next, when we are applying the negative half cycle, these two are conducts here. These two does not conduct here. Why? Because when we are applying the negative half cycle, this point becomes negative, this point becomes positive here. So these two are does not conduct. Only these opposite diodes are conducts here. Then we can get the full half cycle. Next here, particular some comparison of these three type of rectifiers. So in the first one is number of diodes. So in half wave rectifier we are using only one diode. In the center tapped transformer, center tapped type full wave rectifier we are using two diodes. In the bridge type, four diodes. Transformer not necessary for the half wave rectifier and the bridge rectifier. So in the center tapped type of bridge rectifier, the transformer utilization is very compulsory. So transformer necessary is S for the center tapped transformer. For half wave and bridge rectifier it does not require here. So maximum efficiency is 40.6%. For the half wave, center tapped is 81.2% and bridge rectifier is 81.2% here. So the efficiency and the ripple factor is equal. Derivation is almost same for the both for the center tapped type and bridge rectifier type. So see here the ripple factor 1.21 for the half wave, center tapped full wave rectifier 0.48, bridge rectifier type 0.48 here. Next, the output frequency is equal to the input frequency FIL. So in the center tapped and bridge rectifier type 2 into F in frequency, input frequency, 2 into input frequency. And the peak inverse voltage is 2 Vm for the center tapped, and for half wave and bridge rectifier type its value is Vm here. So now I would like to explain how we can get this Vm and transformer utilization factor is explained in the I will explain now. So now I would like to explain about the just transformer utilization factor. So for the full wave rectifier and the bridge rectifier type, both for center tapped transformer and for bridge rectifier type, both for the both circuits, the ripple factor is same, that is the derivation is same, that is 0. Triple factor is how much? 0.482. Efficiency is 81.2%. So next, form factor is also same. Form factor is how much? Form factor here for the 1.11, and the peak factor is also same for both the full wave rectifier type and bridge rectifier type, that is the root 2. Peak factor is root 2. So now I would like to explain about transformer utilization factor. So what is transformer utilization factor? Already I told this definition for both half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. So the transformer utilization factor is nothing but which indicates how much the utilization of transformer in the circuit. Okay, the factor which indicates how much is the utilization, of transformer in the circuit. This is nothing but transformer utilization factor. So it is nothing but TUF. So TUF is nothing but DC power delivered to the load AC rating of the transformer. AC power rating of transformer, that is PDC by PAC rating. Okay, so now we have to calculate the TUF is nothing but PDC is nothing but IDC square into RL by PAC rating VRMS into IRMS. So IDC already you know na, IDC that is 2 Im by pi. So IDC square 4 Im square by pi square into RL by VRMS is nothing but Vm by root 2. This is the transformer secondary winding. IRMS is nothing but Im by root 2. So now TUF is equal to 4 Im square by pi square into RL root 2 into root 2, that is the 2 by Vm is nothing but Im into RL into Im. So Im square cancel, RL cancel here. Then finally 8 by pi square, that is 0.812. So transformer utilization factor is increased in the bridge rectifier type, okay, compared to half wave and full wave rectifier type. Next, peak inverse voltage. How we can calculate the peak inverse voltage? So peak inverse voltage is nothing but maximum reverse voltage that a PN junction diode can withstand without damaging the diode itself, damaging the junction. Okay, is nothing but peak inverse voltage, maximum reverse voltage. So already we know the circuit diagram of bridge rectifier type. So here already you know na. So this is the okay, this is the bridge rectifier type circuit. So here the load resistor is connected to ground here. So when we are applying the positive half cycle, this is the input. Input. So what is the transformer secondary winding input? Output of the transformer secondary winding is also AC, but it stepped down to 9 volts or 12 volts, depends on transformer winding here. So when we are applying the positive half cycle, that is the VI is equal to VM, positive half cycle. Then what happened? Positive half cycle. So these two conducts here. So these two are does not conduct here. So here the input is input sinusoidal signal only. When we are applying the positive half cycle, then the VD4 and VD2, so both are reverse biasing. So this gives the negative peak voltage, that is the VM, minus VM here. So the PIV is VM. So again when we are applying the negative half cycle, these two are conducts here, these two are does not conduct here. Then the negative voltages, so these two are conducts now. So then what happened? These two like a positive signal only. So these two are does conducts, these two are does not conduct here. So then what happened here? So VD1, see here when we are applying the negative half cycle, that is the VI is equal to minus VM. VI is equal to minus VM here. So in the bridge rectifier type, these two are conducts, these two are does not conducts. So then this condition, what is the negative voltage? So here VD1 and VD3 is equal to positive VM only, negative VM 0. So positive VM only, VD1 is equal, VD3 is equal to positive VM only. So there is no negative voltage. So then finally PIV of bridge rectifier type is only VM. So finally PIV is VM. Is it clear? This is about the factors are used in the rectifier circuits. Okay, so in next class we discuss about filters. So already you know now what is the output of the rectifier. So rectifier output is just pulsating DC, it's not a pure DC. Okay, for pure DC we have to connect the filter to the output of rectifier circuit. So in next class we will discuss about filters. Various filters are connected to the output of rectifiers. Okay, thank you.